Hey everybody, this is Darth here. I know, it's been forever, and I apologize, I really do. I did not mean to have so much time away, but as I said in the last video, things are just kind of a little different with my free time. So I'm just trying to find different ways to take advantage of my time, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, this is me here playing Feed the Beast. You may notice things look a little different, and there's a very good reason for that. I decided to switch texture packs. I've been trying different ones out. This is the Faithful texture pack. I really like Sphax, but I'm thinking I'm going to use Sphax for a different project that I'm working on. I mentioned I wanted to do Attack of the B Team and do a series of me playing that. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for that and go through with it. If I don't go through with it, Sphax will probably come back here. But this is Faithful, and you can actually download it in the Feed the Beast launcher. It's not anything that is special. It's just like a vanilla texture pack, only it says it's like 16 by 16. It's expanded to be 32 by 32. Everything's shaped up to be a little cleaner and look a little better. I don't really like the way some of these things look. So I may be redoing the house a little bit using my chisel mod that I added, but that's okay. It is what it is. It's a house. Everything works just like it should. Nothing really changed, just the texture pack. So today we're going to continue on where we were last week. Last time I shot a video, we made the tree farm. We got that sucker set up and ready to go for my new energy system. So today we're going to work on that, and what I want to do is I want to get a biomass and a biofuel system up and going. So today we are going to get on top of that. What I have done over here is I have added a ME export bus into this chest right here. So everything that goes into my AE or ME system, now I have a export bus to this little chest. What I want is stuff going this way and stuff going this way to these two tanks. We'll kind of explain what and why I want these things to go where they go. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go down to my workroom. Anyways, I like this room. Yeah, look at all these different textures with the chisel mod. I like the way this is just glowstone that's made a little differently. Wood planks. So I tried to leave like stone brick, so this is a vanilla texture, and then this is the chisel texture. So it looks pretty good. It's nice and bright in here, which is what I need. It's a big space. All right. So first thing that I want is a squeezer. Now, a squeezer is something that's going to take apples and make apple juice out of it, or fruit juice. Technically, it's called fruit juice, but make fruit juice out of the apples. So it's a pretty easy little thing to do. I want some apples, so we're going to take apples right there. Let's just take 2. All right, so let's look up squeezer. Boom, there we go. Let's see if we have what we need to make the squeezer. We don't, because we need a sturdy casing. So squeezer is just glass and a bunch of tin. 6 pieces of tin, 2 pieces of glass, and a sturdy casing. A sturdy casing is very, very easy. We went about this before. It's just a bronze ingot. So let's make 2, 3, 4, 5... 6 of those. Let's just put them back in the system. All right, that should be what we need to make a squeezer. We only want 1 squeezer right now. So make sure I have some fluid ducts, which I do, and I need power. So let's grab, I should have some tesseracts. Yeah, let's grab tesseracts, and let's see if we have a hardened energy conduit. We'll put that right there. Okay. So technically speaking, I don't have to use the Tesseract. I could go a different route with it, but we'll just use the Tesseract for today. I hate to destroy my beautiful, beautiful floor, but who cares, right? So let's put the Tesseract right here. Alright. This is going to look really ugly, isn't it? Oh, I didn't finish this Tesseract. Let's finish this Tesseract. And then come back. Alright, here's our Tesseract frame. Alright, let's add these in here. And then figure out there we go. Okay, Tesseract. Alright, so see Tesseract, it's bronze, 4 bronze, and 4 silver with Tesseract frame in the middle. And we've got that. So let's do 2 of them. Alright, bring this bad mamma jamma upstairs. Okay, so I want to put the Tesseract. I'll just put 1, and we'll put him right there. And that is not what I want, so we'll just smack that sucker right there. Now, we want this for energy. And that's good to go. Alright, we also want that to chop out right there. Okay, so we will put our squeezer right here. Bop. Okay, it's going out from this chest and into the squeezer. And let's run a hardened energy conduit to it. So this should be what we want, alright? It is. It is. It is. Okay, next thing that we want to do is we want to add this sucker to this tank over here. Excuse me. So let's add that in right there, and it should work. So let's see what happens. Alright, so I need a empty hand. Bop, click on that. We want to whitelist apples and only apples. So whenever apples get here, they can easily go in there. Alright, so I also want to destroy this mug right here just so I can look at the fuzzy energy export bus, and I'm going to add an apple right there. Okay, we should notice, look, this is starting to fill up with apples, and apples should be going out into the squeezer. All right. Yep. Okay, so apples are going into the squeezer and making fruit juice. So this should start filling up with fruit juice. I may need a servo, but I didn't think I did because this is powered. Alright, let's go ahead and go make a servo and put it on there. I don't know if you guys have the same issues, but sometimes the fluid ducts and item ducts and things like that don't work as they should, because that is a powered device, and so it's got a redstone signal to it, so it should not use a servo if I understand it correctly, or shouldn't need a servo. But again, I could be misunderstanding it. So I've just gotten in the habit of putting servos on all of those things. Put servos on all my item ducts and fluid ducts. Come on. Alright. Let's put the little question mark right there, and we'll make a bunch of them. We're going to use them. Alright, so let's take these upstairs. And let's add the servo. And then let's smack it with an empty hand and disable redstone. Alright, yeah, I was doing something stupid. Surprise, surprise. Alright, so There we go. We've got the juice. All I had to do was put that right there, and it took care of everything. Hey, how are you? Okay, so we got the fruit juice going, and it's going to be going good. We'll need to find some way to deal with the mulch. You can get rid of it. It creates mulch. It's kind of a byproduct of the whole system, but we'll deal with that after everything. So this seems to be working well. It's taking all the apples from the export bus and putting them into here. And this is popping them here into the squeezer. Looks like it is stuffed and backed up. So let's take an apple out, see if that fills it back up. Okay, so this will probably always be stuffed with apples. I don't think this is a problem, but you just never know. Okay, the next thing that we need is a fermenter, and fermenter is made out of course, the sturdy casing. Everything in forestry is sturdy casing. 4 pieces of glass and then 4 bronze gears. So let's see how to make that bronze gear. Looks easy enough. Okay, we're going to need at least 16 of these, maybe even more. Let's do 20. Alright, we'll drop 20 of them back in the system, clear it out, and then let's see if we can make these fermenters. Push the... oh wait, dang it. Alright. Boom, shift click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got 5 of them up and going. Fermenters are awesome little things. They're going to turn the saplings that we have into something that's producible for energy. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to run them right through here. Okay, so we're going to set down our 5 fermenters, and we'll set it down here, 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 and let's see, oops, Wonder Twin power activated form of bat. Alright, I'll put one more up here. Oops, nope. Okay, put that right there, and we'll add one more item duct. We should have it, yeah, right there. Okay, add the item duct. Okay, now I want to add the hardened energy conduit, because these require power. And this should be enough. Okay, so now each of these are ready to go. They're powered up. Now they need something to turn into something. Don't you just love my technical lingo? Something to turn into something. So what is that something to turn into something? I'm glad you asked. Let's go find out. So the sapling, the fermenter takes saplings and turns it into biomass. Okay, and it will also use fertilizer. It'll use a lot of fertilizer. So we are making fertilizer. I believe it also will use mulch. So it's kind of like the squeezer that's producing mulch. It should also work as the fertilizer in this machine, I believe, and don't quote me on it if it screws it up. So what we need is to, let's dig down here. Glad that I am in bat form. Now we need to add oak saplings and fertilizer to the whitelist. So that's going to pull them out of the chest here. Okay, and now we need to click on this bad boy right here. Let's put the gravel up here. Okay, we need to bare hand it. We need to whitelist saplings and fertilizer. And we need to disable the redstone. Now this should be filling all of these up with saplings and fertilizer. Okay. Have I mentioned how much I hate my dog? As I'm sitting here working on this, the dog is sitting at my feet eating my headphone cable. So my headphone cable is now busted. Yay, stupid dog. Okay, so next thing that we have got to do is set everything up to pour into this tank. So, like always, we're going to use these fluid ducts here and just keep them going up and connect them in here. Now we want to make sure that they're set to flow out, and we'll see if this works. That's right, I am doing something wrong. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to run some kind of fluid to these fermenters. Now, in order to do that, I am going to use apple juice. Okay, and then we will just connect all this up here over our head so that it's not in the way. Connect it here, and this should take care of the problem. Let's add a servo, and let's see. Need to click on it with an empty hand. Clicking on it with an empty hand. Disable the redstone signal. Check. Now let's click it with a hammer to show that we want it to drain out. Alright, let's try it down here. I hate to have all this stuff on the floor here, but what are you gonna do? This whole system over here is going to be a mess anyways. Alright, so click that. Okay. Next, add a servo there, see if this helps. Alright, let's try it again. Servo, disable, and now it's filled with fruit juice. Perfect! Alright, so fruit juice is filling up these machines, and these machines are producing biomass. And let's see if this is alright. So next I need to add servos here. Yay, servos. And disable, 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 disable. Last one. Disable. Alright, so now this is filling up with biomass. So we got the system going right here. We've got this using all the apples, making apple juice out of them. It is sending all this here into this tank. The tank is filling this up with awesomeness. So I think everything looks good. The only problem that we're going to run into is what's going to happen whenever this runs out of, what do we call it, fruit juice. Now before, what I had done was I had a liquid tesseract hooked up to push everything into these machines, okay? That's kind of what I was thinking. So I would take another tesseract and hook it up and have one of the inputs be fruit juice, one of the inputs be water, because you either need water or fruit juice. All right, so what will happen is whenever it's out of apple juice, all I have to do is switch it over to the water source. It's very, very useful, very, very easy. Now here, we're going to see if we have enough apples to keep this thing going and keep it filling up. That would be awesome if we did. I think we will. I think it's not going to be an issue just by how much this is producing, but you never know. I think also since we can use mulch, I don't want to confuse the system, but yeah, look, it is full of apple oak saplings. So this machine's going to fill up here with biomass. This machine has the fruit juice. The fruit juice is going to run into here. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to find a way to use all this and turn it into something that's usable. Now you can make an engine that runs off biomass and it works just fine, and if you choose to do that, feel free to do so. I'm not going to. I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to turn this into fuel to fuel some boilers for me. So what I'm going to need is one more little set of gizmos, and we're going to have all that going over here. So let's go get our gizmos going. Gizmos, again, don't you love my technical, logical, terminological? Alright, so the next thing that we need is what's called a still. A still is very, very easy. It's very, very easy to make. So we should have everything that we need for it. So we'll just, oops, no we do not. We need a bronze casing. So let's get some more bronze. Bop, 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 bop. Let's put that right there. And, oh no, that's a whole lot. Alright, well, I think I can melt those down and get the ingots out of it. Maybe not. Alright, so let's pull up a still. Alright, so still, let's start out with 3, and let's do 4. Okay, I believe the ratio is to keep up, like, I think it's 3 to 1. Like 3 fermenters working as fast as they can are the equivalent to 1. See, look, this is already running out. So I need to get a water system hooked up. Now, why use fruit juice instead of water? Going back to this. Well, a sapling creates a certain amount of biomass if you use water, but if you use fruit juice in it, it kind of amplifies it, and it amplifies it by like 6 or 7, something like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I said I was going to do and actually work this up to a tesseract. That way I can have it running off of water whenever water's available, and then have it running off fruit juice when fruit juice is available. But we'll just have to see. We can get a little more creative with that here in a little bit. But for now, we've got all these apples that need to be squeezed, and they're backed up into our system. Now look at this mulch. So yeah, it's making about as much as it can. I could add another squeezer to speed it up and get all these apples through here, but trust me, I think once everything slows down, I think we'll be good, but you just never know. Alright, so next, the still. We have 4 stills, and the stills, like everything else, require energy. So I'm going to need energy. Let's see if I have any more hardened. I don't have any more hardened energy conduits. Here, let's clear out my inventory a little bit. All right. Yes, I don't have any hardened conduits, so I'm going to need some hardened energy conduits. Let's see if I have everything I need. Yeah, all right. So there we go. We got some hardened energy conduits. You don't really need anything more than that because it doesn't really require that much. Doesn't really require that much of a charge. Okay, so this will be biomass. We need the stills. So I like having them vertical. So let's put everything vertically right here. All right, let's put our tesseract down over here on this side. Tesseracts are so cool. They're just so useful. All right, set the tesseract down right here. All right, set it up for energy, check. All right, next we will put the hardened energy conduits like so. All right, now we'll put our stills right here. I think we also may need water for these stills. I could be wrong. Okay, next thing we need is more fluid ducts. For the output. Okay, and then we need some tanks. Alright, I love these open block tanks, so probably going to be using those. Alright, let's install the servo right there. Let's right click on it. Redstone is disabled, so that means all we have to do is give that sucker a bat right there, and that hits it, and it's got biomass coming into it, and it's cooking it, as you can see as it goes down. It should create biofuel, ethanol. Okay, so you're probably wondering, is this your only option, is using the still? No, your still is not the only option. You could use a refinery. In fact, a refinery I think is cheaper to make. I could be wrong. But why not? Why not use a refinery? Well, I'll tell you why I'm using a still and why I'm not using a refinery. A refinery uses 4 buckets of biomass to turn into 1 bucket of biofuel. A still, it takes 10 buckets of biomass to make 3 buckets of biofuel. So if I wanted to make an equal amount of the fuel, guess what? I would have to use the refinery. If I wanted to make 3 buckets in the refinery, it would take 12 buckets of biomass just to make 3 buckets. So it's more efficient to use the still, right? I think I'm doing the math right on that. It's more efficient to use the still than to use the refinery. But you still can. It's just kind of up to you. Refinery is a buildcraft item. Alright, so we need tanks. Let's see if I have any. I've got 2 right here. We'll make some more. I love these tanks. Alright, so we need obsidian. And we go bop, mop, mop, mop. And we need glass panes. Mop, 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 mop. And let's just get a stack. Alright, so let's go on up. Yay, I'm still in bat mode, and I keep forgetting that I'm in bat mode. Alright, so we want a nice tank here, don't we? Yes, we do. I am not intending to keep it suspended mid-air. Alright. So now I'm making it out of the open blocks. 1, because I like it. 2, it's see-through. and 3 I can just add on to it as I need to. So we're going to make a pretty decent sized tank because we're going to need a whole lot of this to get things going. Let's see. Let's go over here. Alright, so make you a tank. Yeah, I know. I'm wasting a whole lot of time doing this. That's okay. So, anybody want to buy a puppy? I'll give him to you for free. Heck, why don't I just give you a lot of money and you take this puppy? Sound good? Sound like a deal? Alright, so servos. Gonna need to make some more servos. Hate servos. Alright. Oh. Alright, so click on that right there, and it should take out ethanol. Click on that right there. Disable the redstone. Gonna need 2 more. Now this should start filling up with ethanol. Now what's the difference between ethanol and biofuel? Have I made a mistake? Okay, so here's ethanol. Alright, so I thought this was going to make biofuel, which, I mean, technically ethanol is a biofuel, but it's just not called biofuel in the game. It used to be. So if I have screwed anything up, screwed everybody up, I'm sure Joel Platt's watching. He's going to let me know that I've made a mistake. Yes, or what I did wrong, if I did do something wrong. But this should still work how I was wanting it to work, just not what I thought it was called. So, once again, apologize if I confused anybody. I'm sure I will get a bunch of comments about how I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the worst YouTuber ever. Probably. Alright, so we got this system set up. So, we're just going to let this sucker work. We're going to let it run its course. We're going to let it do its thing, make biomass, create lots of biofuel, and then one day we will actually do something with this biofuel. So this is me, Mr. Batman. Wonder Twin Power Activate, form of Darth Timanus. Yeah, that's me, Darth Timanus. Feel free to like, subscribe, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you think of this room. I love the chisel mod. I really do, so I'm very, very grateful to have added it, and I'm glad that I get to play with it. Looking forward to starting Attack of the B-Team series. I'm most likely going to be on a server for that, but if everything falls through and I'm not on a server, I'll probably just do a Let's Play, or I'm just not even going to mess with it. I'm not sure. Anyways, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Look forward to seeing some episodes to come. Of course, got to make my steam boilers, so that'll be coming up in a few episodes. I'm gonna mess with some Thaumcraft some more, make a little bit more, get my infusion altar up and going. So these are things coming down the pipe. Also, I need to make some steel, so we'll be messing with that here in an episode to come. So I've got some plans for things coming down the line. Again, I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video, but at the same time, I've kind of been waiting on a few things to play out, see if they did, and they did not, but have other options and opportunities open up. You don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll talk all about it if this series comes off the ground. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I'll talk to you all later. Hope you're having a great day. Feel free to just chit-chat with me all you want. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.